Fulgrim, the Primarch of the Emperor's Children Legion, stands as one of the most tragic figures in the Warhammer 40k verse. His fall from grace, from a paragon of perfection to a depraved servant of Slaanesh, is a cautionary tale of ambition, pride, and the insidious influence of chaos. Exploring the details surrounding his corruption reveals not just the weaknesses of an individual, but also the inherent dangers lurking within the pursuit of perfection itself. The Emperor entrusted each of his Primarchs with a specific aspect of his Great Crusade, and for Fulgrim, the aspect was perfection. He instilled this ideal within his legion, the Emperor's Children, encouraging them to strive for flawless execution in all their endeavours. Initially, this drive served them exceptionally well. They were masters of combat, art and diplomacy, leaving a trail of flawlessly conquered worlds in their wake. However, this obsession with perfection, taken to its extreme, proved to be a fertile ground for the seeds of chaos to take root. Greetings all, I'm your guide, the Archivist. Today I'll dive into an overview of why Fulgrim fell to chaos. Before we begin, please make sure to like the like and subscribe waypoints down below, so that more people can learn from the archives. To truly understand Fulgrim's descent, we need to delve into the key contributing factors. Perhaps the most direct catalyst for Fulgrim's corruption was the acquisition of the Layer Blade. Discovery on the conquered world of Laren, this ornate sword was a masterpiece of Xenos craftsmanship. Unbeknownst to Fulgrim, the blade was also a prison for a powerful demon of Slaanesh. The Emperor's Children, in their pursuit of perfection, had sought to eradicate all imperfections from Laren. However, they were drawn to the decadent beauty of the Layer, a race steeped in hedonism and sensual excess. The Layer Blade, a symbol of their culture, became an object of fascination for Fulgrim. Upon wielding the blade, Fulgrim became subtly influenced by the demon within. Initially, the influence was minimal, manifesting as heightened senses and a growing obsession with pleasure. However, with each use, the demon gained more control, subtly twisting Fulgrim's thoughts and desires. He became increasingly fixated on experiencing new and intense sensations, pushing the boundaries of what was considered acceptable within the Imperium. The details of this slow corruption are chronicled in agonizing detail, painting a picture of a mind slowly succumbing to an alien will. Slaanesh, the chaos god of pleasure, excess and perfection, is a master manipulator. The very ideals that Fulgrim and the Emperor's Children held dear made them exceptionally vulnerable to the god's influence. The pursuit of perfection, when divorced from morality and moderation, easily morphs into an insatiable hunger for sensation and experience. The Emperor's Children, already predisposed to pushing boundaries in their quest for perfection, found themselves increasingly drawn to the allures of excess. They began to experiment with drugs, indulge in elaborate rituals, and engage in acts of extreme violence, all in the name of seeking new and more intense experience. The line between perfection and depravity blurred, and the Legion rapidly spiraled out of control. Slaanesh preys on the desire for more, the insatiable hunger for experience, and the unwavering belief in one's own superiority. Fulgrim, convinced of his own perfection and the inherent superiority of his legion, was particularly susceptible to this manipulation. He believed that he could control his desires, that he could walk the path of excess without succumbing to its corrupting influence. This hubris proved to be his undoing. While the Layer Blade and the influence of Slaanesh were primary catalysts, the actions of the apothecary Fabius Bile further accelerated the Emperor's Children's descent into depravity. Bile, a brilliant but morally bankrupt scientist, dedicated himself to pushing the boundaries of genetic experimentation. He saw the Emperor's Children as the perfect subjects for his experiments, believing that their pursuit of perfection could be amplified through genetic manipulation. Bile's experiments resulted in horrific mutations and twisted augmentation, further blurring the line between man and monster. He introduced new levels of pain and pleasure into the Legion's repertoire, pushing them further down the path of excess and decadence. His influence, coupled with the already rampant corruption, transformed the Emperor's Children into a legion of drug-addled, mutated hedonists. The details of Bile's experiments are often gruesome and disturbing, highlighting the depths at which the Emperor's Children sank. Beyond the external forces at play, Fulgrim's own character flaws contributed significantly to his downfall. He was immensely proud of his legion and genuinely believed in their inherent superiority. This pride blinded him to the dangers of his own actions and the corrupting influence of chaos. He believed that he was strong enough to resist temptation, that he could control the power of the Layer Blade without succumbing to its influence. This arrogance proved to be a fatal flaw. In underestimating the insidious nature of chaos, he overestimated his own willpower. Furthermore, Fulgrim's desire for external validation played a role. He craved the approval of others and was easily swayed by flattery and praise. Slaanesh, a master of manipulation, exploited this weakness, showering Fulgrim with praise and encouraging his pursuit of ever greater excesses. The Isfahan atrocity marked a turning point for Fulgrim and the Emperor's children. When Horus declared his rebellion against the Emperor, Fulgrim initially hesitated. However, the demon within the Layer Blade, combined with his own twisted desires, ultimately pushed him to side with the War Master. On Isfahan III, loyalists within the Emperor's children were purged in a horrific display of brutality. This act solidified their allegiance to chaos and marked their irreversible descent to damnation. The details of the massacre are chilling, showcasing the utter depravity to which the Legion had fallen. From this point forward, Fulgrim fully embraced his role as a champion of Slaanesh. He abandoned all pretense of loyalty to the Emperor and revelled in the chaos and excess of the Horus heresy. He became a grotesque parody of his former self, a living testament to the corrupting power of chaos. Fulgrim's fall to chaos is a complex and multifaceted tragedy. It's not simply a story of one man succumbing to temptation, but rather a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked ambition, the seductive allure of excess, and the insidious influence of chaos. The pursuit of perfection, when divorced from morality and moderation, can lead to a dangerous and ultimately destructive path. The details of Fulgrim's descent reveal the subtle and insidious nature of corruption. It's a slow burn, a gradual erosion of values and principles, until eventually, the individual is unrecognizable. His story serves as a grim reminder that even the most noble intentions can be twisted and corrupted by the forces of chaos, and that constant vigilance is necessary to guard against its insidious influence. He serves as a tragic reminder that the price of hubris and the ultimate futility of seeking perfection in a galaxy riddled with corruption. And so I have now covered the content for this video, but if there's anything that has been missed, please share them in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this content, please remember to like and subscribe waypoints down below. In the grim dark of the far future, there is only war.